For the next 7 days, I'll be uploading a video about the top 7 video games I've played this year. And this year was pretty much a golden gaming year, especially for variety gamers. Without further ado, let's get right into it. If there was an award for the greatest demo of all time, Final Fantasy XVI would easily win that. The demo was so good that it attracted even non-Final Fantasy fans. They were like, holy shit, this is gonna be one of the greatest gaming experiences ever. And then the game came out. And yeah, that discourse kind of went away. It's not like this is a bad game, although some people claim that it is. It's still a really good game. It just has a very weird structure where it's like there's a lot of highs in this game, but there's a lot of fucking lows. And if that's all you remember, then yeah, I can see why you would think this is a bad game. But I think overall it is still good. Let's just briefly talk about the combat. The combat, you can switch between different styles, like think of it like in Devil May Cry, except that it's much more simple. So it's very easy for non-action combat fans to get into. I think that's kind of like the point of why they designed it like this. So all you kind of do is just use one skill, chain into another skill, switch styles, and then chain into another skill and chain into another skill. And that's basically the entire combat system. It's extremely flashy and very simple to use, that it's just fun. And it really carries this game hard, because the side stuff or some of the main stuff, the main quests are just so boring that in fact I lost most of my footage of FF16, which is unfortunate. So I can just show you some screenshots, and I guarantee you these screenshots are more interesting than any of the side content I had recorded. The game is very beautiful. It runs pretty well on a PS5. The first half of FF16 was extremely well paced. It felt good. The game felt fantastic. It's the second half that people have issues with. The pacing kind of goes weird. It's like a super big slog into the most epic 10 out of 10 boss fights, where every single new phase of a boss feels completely different due to different gameplay mechanics, and the music that changes and evolves as the boss fight continues is nothing short of perfection. And it made me feel like a little kid playing games again, and I think that feeling is what makes FF16 so freaking amazing. And immediately after the boss fight, you're subjected to hours of boring quest design that's designed to put you to sleep. And if you don't fall asleep from that, you can do the side quests. That'll definitely do it. It also has no mini games or, you know, like a card game, fishing, just something that like keeps things fresh as you progress in Clive's journey. So then it's just like you're at a point where you just don't want to really continue the game, and then you get the next boss fight and it's like, holy shit, this is the greatest game ever again. And then it goes up and down, up and down, up and down. It's such a weird structure, and it leaves you feeling confused, because for the most part the game's good. For the most part you've enjoyed it more than you dislike it, but it's just those gaps of lows. It's just a tough pill to swallow. Because at the end of it all, it is a very good game. The highs kind of does compensate for the low, and for the most part it was a good adventure. I just think they kind of had like an identity crisis. If they just alled into the action game genre, I think it would have been a much better game. But they try and half-ass appeal to like the OG Final Fantasy fans, and I think it worked either way, because I think everybody's upset with the lackluster RPG mechanics. So yeah. Anyways, with that, I put FF16 with a rating of A.